הנה זה בא, אני שומע את קול דודי. הנה זה בא, הנה זה בא, קול דודי.
The book of Ivrim, chapter 7, the book of Hebrews, chapter 7. I'll be preaching a little bit this week, part 2 of a message entitled, Adults, Stay With Me, you don't want to miss this. Camera we're on, translation we're on, everything's clicking. Revealing, children, go ahead. Revealing the entire order of Malki Tzedek, part 2. How many were not here last week but did get the handout? I know our brother did. Anybody else were not here last week, did get the handout? Can I see it? No, I only want people that had the handout who were not here last week. Bruno, would you please make sure Doobie gets one? Anyone else that did not receive? How many were not here last week and did receive the handout? Anyone else? You were not here last week. Edgar, you have the handout? Okay. I pray the Yahweh will show you what he showed us. The tape will be available in the lending library. Part 2, revealing the entire order of Malki Tzedek. Today, listen, today I'm not going to go from Sefer Yashar. I'm not going to go from outside sources. I'm only going to stick to the Bible. That's the book for me. I stand upon the word of Yah, the Bible. Bible. And I'm going to show you what's always been there, but you haven't seen. And today you're going to see it. Ivrim 7 and 3. For this, Ivrim, Hebrews 7:3. I'm sorry, let's start with verse 1. What we're going to do today is what we usually don't do, which is going to go verse by verse. Why are we going to go verse by verse? Because I don't want S period, A period. Give me some more monitor, Angela. I don't want S period, A period saying that I'm taking text out of context in order to develop a pretext. I don't want anybody to accuse me of developing a pretext. So I'm going to go verse by verse, building this truth into your spirit. For this Malki Tzedek, bro, do me a favor, brother, switch that monitor facing me more. This is not the TV, the audio. This guy's does everything. Every congregation should have a Rahul, 10 Rahuls. Face this monitor toward me more. Yeah. He puts out fires, thank you. He puts out fires, starts fires, cleans. I mean, he does. What a servant of Yahweh. Let's give Yahweh a clap offering for Brother Raul Castro. Raul Rodriguez. For this Malki Tzedek, can you give me some more bass, Angela? Oh, we maxed out. Tell me the trick. For this Malki Tzedek, that sounds better. Melech of Salem. I used to have a guy who used to go like this. Not Ted, but he used to go. To make me think that he was changing the sound. He wasn't doing anything, but he was. For this Malki Tzedek, Melech of Salem, Kohen, priest of El Elyon, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the Melachim, and blessed him, to whom also Abraham gave a maaser, 10%, first being by interpretation Melech of Tzaddik, Melech, king of righteousness, and after that also Melech of Salem, Jerusalem. We learned last week, Jerusalem comes from Abraham and Shem combining to name the city. Yireh came from Abraham, and Salem came from Shem. Remember? We talked about that last week? Verse 3. Neither his Ima, his mother, or his Abba, his father, this Malki Tzedek, who's Malki Tzedek, Melchizedek, but it's not Melchizedek, it's Malki Tzedek. Malki Tzedek has no recording in the genealogies, he has no beginning of days or end of Chayim. So everybody thinks, oh, it has to be Yeshua. Has to be Yeshua. Because only Yeshua has no beginning and he has no end. He is the Aleph and he is the Taf. Therefore, they misread this and they go, there you go. Every human being has a beginning and an end, right, Ted? Every human being has a beginning and an end. Only Yahweh or Yeshua, the same Yahweh is Yeshua, has no beginning and has no end. So Hebrews 7:3 must be talking, Melchizedek, Malki Tzedek, must be Yeshua. Why? Because he has no beginning and he has no end. Right or wrong? Because it also says that he has no genealogy. If most of the religious world, listen, believes Yeshua is Malki Tzedek, isn't that what you used to believe? Yeah. He is a Malki Tzedek, but he's not the only Malki Tzedek. I used to believe that the only Malki Tzedek was Yeshua, and there can never be another Malki Tzedek. And we learned last week that Malki Tzedek is a whole lineage of righteous Kohanim. For El Elyon, somebody. Amen. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So what does it mean that Malki Tzedek has no genealogy? It must be Yeshua, because only Yeshua has no beginning or end of days, right? Wrong. He's not talking about beginning or end of days as in Yahweh alone, who has no beginning and has no end. Rather, listen, the Malki Tzedek is like the Son of Yahweh. You can't be like the Son of Yahweh and be the Son of Yahweh. The call of the life, I press forward to the mark of the high calling of Yahweh in Messiah Yeshua, Philippians 4:13. I press forward to the mark of the high calling of Yahweh in Messiah Yeshua. So you cannot be like Yeshua if you is Yeshua. If you is Yeshua, you don't need to be like him because you are him. Amen. So somebody that Abraham paid tithes to, listen, somebody that Abraham paid tithes to was the first Malki Tzedek. We are like Malki Tzedek because we are being molded. For he that began a good work in you will perform it until the day, Philippians 1:6, of Yeshua. And so the goal is to be like Yeshua, but the first Malki Tzedek couldn't have been Yeshua and been like Yeshua. Is this too complicated for you? You can't be like someone else and be that person. By definition, you have to be otra persona or persona segunda. By definition. Turn to your neighbor and say by definition. So that both the first Malki Tzedek, to whom Abraham paid Maaser, like Yeshua, both, junto, both had no beginning, both had no end, both have no genealogies, and both are like each other, but they're different. Does any of this make sense? Baruch Hashem. What do I mean? Isn't this what Beltrami asked me last week? At the end of the service. Yeah. Beltrami said, but what about Ivrim 7:3? Remember? Remember Beltrami? What does it mean? The first rule of biblical hermeneutics is what? Who is Yahweh talking to and what is he talking about? That's the first rule of hermeneutics. And hermeneutics does not mean the study of Herman Munster. Well, brother, I'm studying Herman Munster. So I'm a hermeneutic. You may be a newtonic, but not a hermeneutic. The first law of biblical study is who is Yahweh talking to and to whom it was written and what is the context. In context, Hebrews 6, 7, 8, 9. The old Levitical priesthood has temporarily been set aside in favor of the restoration of the order of Malki Tzedek. The restoration of the order of Malki Tzedek. And so that this Malki Tzedek, who we learned last week,